I want her right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall, repeat over and over again. Well, I'm barely breathing and breathing to that ground, but each and every time we all stand up. Stop right to yourself and me, true to yourself, and that might be we both can exceed destiny. So let's shout it out. You will feel alone, but I'm right by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall, repeat over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to see you here right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day. We spread like flowers in the day. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I, let's fly the soul that we're together. Can't feel my heartbeat, so take my hand to them tomorrow. Don't cry back and let it be. You give me strength and give me faith. To take the darkness, let's fall yeah, in love. Sparks just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
Yes. Are you gonna try to mount an explosion?
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase... It's after every little thing.
I wonder if something happened.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help.
Mm-hmm. Well...
I see. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues or something?
Hey! Maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Whew! I don't sense any more enemies.
so sure. How's this? I see. Great. Great. I'm not so sure. How's this?
Doesn't ink all the waste.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. think Hootle senses an owl around here.
I'll take you all on! This one's all mine!
Air thrust!
Looks like it could be worth something. This is what we were asked to get, wasn't it?
Is this the so-called legendary instrument?
Actually, I think it's one of the freight train parts that I was using for a sword.
I'm sure anything will be fine. We should take it.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here. You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Always good to be back in familiar territory. I wonder if something happened. I'm not so sure. How's this?
I see.
Great! Huh? Hmm?
Agreed.
Dohalim.
I can't believe you managed to shoo off that irritating bard.
Had we brought him along, it would have livened up our journey considerably.
You know, maybe you're right. We could have hit it off.
Yeah, then the two of you could be irritating together.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here...
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hootle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
over! Talon Storm! Take this!
Lunar Cruiser! I never These ones can run rings around us! By the power of Thunderbolt! Mega Red!
Searing Gale!
Hit!
I'm on it! Here I come! Talon Hurricane!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
Talon Hurricane!
Did you just heal me?
Yeah, I need you, remember?
Right.
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, cause Raw's up.
Be still!
Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
Shut up, Law! I'm trying to focus!
I wasn't trying to be nice.
Your power is a spectacle to behold. I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
I'm even stronger than before.
I won't forgive you!
Armor won't save you!
Dragon Swarm! Try this!
How dare you
Explosive
I'm
Ring!
not so good with airborne targets. Let them march in here!
Ripping Hair!
This
got
one's
fires.
mine! I got it! Let them march and handle it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dare you do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock! Not a chance! I'm on a roll now! This one's all mine!
Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Ow! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
In here! Searing Gale! Get on in there with the others!
Explosive Ring! Ignite!
Mega Red!
You're mine!
Alright!
You're finished!
Showtime!
Dazzle! Rising Phoenix!
Try this on for size!
Healing
Here
circle!
I come! Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock!
Dance in the wind!
Now!
It's in the sky, it's
Too
mine!
fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
We're not done!
Sweet love!
Explosive Ring!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Now! Here I come!
I'll smash you! Watch
You're
this!
finished!
I never miss! Thunder Field!
Dragon Swarm! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired? No backing down! Here I come!
Far enough! By the power of Thunder!
You're mine!
When it's a duel of the arts! I'm gonna heal you all! Here goes!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Explosive ring! This one's all mine! You're finished! Burn!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
No complaint here!
Raging cascade!
First strike! In a bind?
Gale Force!
You're mine! I'm just getting started! Try this!
Here, let me help!
Explosive ring!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my move!
There you go.
Guess I misread the landing.
Yeah, ground thing. Mm-mm. Alright, so the rock wall. Yes, I know, buddy.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
feel all bent out of shape.
I know what you mean. Hard to settle down after seeing all those ruins.
We fought hard to help liberate the people of Dana, but every realm we've been to along the way could have easily turned out like this.
When powerful forces collide, the destruction they leave gets that much worse.
So we've been lucky things haven't turned out worse up until now?
Regardless, I don't want to see this realm get messed up any more than it already is. We have to capture this lord ourselves, no matter what.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
This is perfect! I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this!
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.